Hi everyone, this is Ray Teo, your host of IQI Canada, and today I'm going to talk about something really hard to come by. And you see that I have my uniform. Actually, it says Master Ray Teo on this side. And I've been doing Taekwondo for a long time, about 40 something years, 50 years. And because of this Taekwondo, I get to know a lot of good buddies, good friends. And that's why my topic today is life in Canada and what do we do in Canada? Some of you guys might think that, what actually is so cold out there? What do you do? And this is life. And people who comes or migrate to Canada, intending to come to Canada. And Canada is a beautiful country. We got beautiful people here. And today I'm going to introduce two of my uh, close friends and also master from Taekwondo that we are learning Taekwondo for the last 30, 40 years and get to know this buddy for some time. First, I'd like to introduce uh, Mr. Sarkis. Hello, Mr. Sarkis.
Hi,
Can you
Master
say
Tio.
hello to
Hello, everybody.
everyone? Yes,
Hello.
so
Hi.
we're live. And then
Thank you,
Mr.
IQI.
Yes, and Mr. Sarkis has been know me for too many great years, and we're having a lot of fun. And the next person I'm going to add on is we're going to add on to Mr. Ross. Oh, where is he? Is he disappearing on us? Anyway, so let's talk about Mr.
Uh-oh.
Sarkis. Hi, Mr. Sarkis. Can you tell the
Hi.
audience something about yourself while we are waiting for Mr. Ross?
Sure. I've been training Taekwondo for over 40 years now.
Mhm.
And Ray and I, we go back all that time. And we have the same teacher, same master instructor, and we're from the same style of taekwondo as well. We
Yes.
were apart a few years where we were living in different cities, and we are still apart, but now we're even closer because I think we see each other now more often than we did before for a few years because life is busy. We're putting our children through university and we have our business commitments, but it's always wonderful to be together with someone that you've known for a long time, and we share a very common bond, a very strong bond. Anyone who trains together in a martial art, for example, taekwondo that we do, we share our blood, our sweat, and our tears and our broken bones, and we are there to help each other, to encourage each other when we go through some difficult training times or difficult matches. And that's really what it's about, right? Taekwondo is not just about kicking and punching, but developing you as an individual to be a strong person, to be a good person, a community leader, but also building that bond, that friendship that you can count on each other no matter how far apart you are, no matter where you are in life. And I may look older with my gray hair, but Master Tio, he's my senior. So in Taekwondo, as my senior, I bow to him, right? And this is what we learn in Taekwondo as well, to respect our seniors, respect the individuals who have come before us because they have a lot to show to us. They have a lot to give us in guidance. So, Ray is like my older brother, even though his hair is much darker than mine. And, you know, he's not wearing glasses. He doesn't need glasses. I
Oh
need
man.
glasses.
Well, anyway, that's really nice, Master Sakis. And I know that you have a school in Peterborough. Can you introduce a little bit that about your school in Peterborough? How long have you started? And I do have clients or friends that wants to start in Peterborough, so that they
Oh,
can
great,
actually look for you, and
great.
that way they can continue there.
Great. No, thank you. So we have a non-for-profit Taekwondo club in Peterborough. We are three of us. We all have our full-time jobs during the day. During the day, I'm a professional engineer and a registered senior patent agent, where I help my clients protect, secure, and enforce their intellectual property. But during the evening, um, back in 2018, getting together with these individuals, we decided to create a not for profit Taekwondo school in Peterborough, where we can provide authentic Taekwondo, old school style Taekwondo, where you train hard, you sweat, as I said. Sometimes there is blood, but this is martial art, not basket weaving. And so we do it on a volunteer basis. We just charge to cover our expense, and we do it to show the children, the youth, the proper way, the proper path in life to build a strong body, to build a strong mind, to build a strong spirit, and to help the community, to help weaker people in your community through any way that you can. And we are a young school, Master Tio, as you know, since 2018. But I'm happy to say that our students have been competing in virtual competitions lately, and we competed in Master Tio's in-house tournament a few years ago as well. And we are bringing home many medals, different colors, and our students range from 6 years old to 68 years old, and we have actually more females than males in our club. And it's nice because as volunteers, instructors, we're giving back to the community, and it's nice, as you know, Master Tio, when you see a young person starting as a no belt, and you can see them growing, not only in taekwondo but growing in life, and they become a teenager and they become an adult, and it's great to see them growing as an individual and seeing them contribute to the community and also being a good taekwondo person. So
Yeah,
yeah,
excellent. That's what we are trying to do, right? Bring up all the kids today. Today, the kids, sometimes they sway around the wrong way, and then and you're doing a good deed for the community in Peterborough. So, which is good, is very economical, and for the children who are new immigrant who comes here and they go to you, and you give them full support, which is a good thing, right?
yeah,
So
we have a partnership with the New Canadian Center in Peterborough, where in the past we have provided 1 year uh, complimentary lessons to refugees, new Canadian immigrants coming from Syria. And just recently, we have been offering 1 year free lessons for any children who are displaced by the recent crisis in the Ukraine as well. So
excellent,
this is
free,
what,
that's the word, right? Free
yeah,
lessons.
yeah, this
Right,
is what
that's
we
good.
do because we find this is one taekwondo, as Master Tio, taekwondo is an international martial art, international Olympic sport, only one of two martial art next to judo that is recognized by the Olympics. And we find this is a great way to integrate new Canadians into the community through taekwondo. And they
Okay,
get
that's
people
yeah,
and they get to
that's
grow.
excellent. Yeah, Master Sakis. Now, let's not waste more time. We're gonna bring in our next buddy, Master Ross, and he is going to come in to give us say hello to the audience. Hi,
Hi,
Master
Adi.
Ross.
How are
So
you?
how are you? So happy to see you here. And then I heard that you are starting a school over there in Bablo Island as well.
Yes, a little bit weird. Boblo Island. Yeah, that's where I live. You see there,
Yes,
Boblo Island.
yes,
Uh,
yes. Let me share a screen where you and your student. Can you see that?
yes, that looks great.
Wow, there you go. That's a good start. We can see a few yellow bells. They are starting off. So, can you introduce a little bit of yourself and, of course, the student, wonderful student of yours?
Yes. Well, what happened here was there was very little opportunity for Taekwondo. I live in a small community and I live in an island in the middle of the
Hmm.
Detroit River, which is basically a stone's throw from the American border. But it is, you have to use a ferry to get there. And we have about 75 or 80 people live here. And about, 2 years ago, we realized that it'd be really nice because there are a large number of retirees here, like myself. I retired as a secondary school principal 10 years ago. Many retirees. Some are not really into physical working out, that sort of thing. And some of us have done it all our lives. So there was a number of people who had certain skills, for example, paddle boarding, um, uh, pickleball, different things. So we set up a schedule for different kinds of activities, and to offer to people that live on Boblo Island the opportunity to study. I Someone had said they do gymnastics or they would do Pilates or things like that. And I mentioned that I was a master in Taekwondo and had taught with you, Ray, actually, at
Hmm.
the University of
Yes,
Windsor for many years. Uh,
right.
so I said if anybody is interested, and I had two young people, J and L. They both came out, and they had a little bit of training before, and then there was two ladies, one in her 50s and one in her 60s, and they both the elder one of the two, um, Val, she's on your right. She actually broke her leg in three places 2 years
Wow.
and was in therapy. And
Oh, I see.
I was very aware of this kind of concern because 4 or 5 years ago, I couldn't walk. I had had a problem with my hip and I had to retrain and I had to take time off of Taekwondo. But Taekwondo brought me back. Gave me a focus, gave
Hmm.
me a target. I was able to really work on that target. And I talked to my students and said, you can achieve these kind of things. We will go slow, we will take our time, but with focus, with having a plan, and with working regularly and having a regular just a regular workout, we'll be able to achieve some of these things. So last July we got together and started training. Just it started out as once a week. Now we're up to three times a week. And there's one other student, and this is very interesting. Another student is a black belt who's joined us, and it was so nice. He called me and asked, "Would you mind if he came out?" And I said, "No, no, not at all. Would love to have you." And I trained with him 50 years ago this
Wow.
July. Carmen and I were trained with Master Park um,
Hmm.
50 years ago in 1972.
Yeah, we've been through with Grandmaster Park Jong Soo.
Yeah.
Three of us we went there before Grandmaster back came by to
Yeah.
Canada.
Yes,
So
and it was interesting because I was in Windsor, quite a ways away, and was able to got introduced to Master Park and
yes.
went to training camp. But that was 50 years ago. But I guess what was really exciting was a student um, who was there at that time with me is now training with me again
Hmm.
after all these years.
Wow.
Wow.
Mr.
Yeah.
Schmutz, uh, and he was one of Park Jong's first black belts in Canada in
Wow. Okay.
1973. He was one of his first black belts. So he's back to training, and we actually had another fellow came, and he's actually 80 years old. He came a couple weeks ago and brought pictures, of which I shared some with Marcelo. Um, they're of a school that was in Windsor in the 1960s. Now, in those days, we called it. It was funny because it was kind of called Korean karate. It wasn't called Taekwondo. People didn't know. Officially, it was called Taekwondo for those who were practitioners. But to get people involved, because people weren't aware of the Korean martial art of Taekwondo, they used Korean karate as a way to get people introduced to it. Um, so that was back quite a while ago. Well, anyway, with this class, we've been doing very well, and I think our students are just about ready to test for the green stripe. Um, and I'm most proud of what they're doing, and what I'm going to try to do in the next month is try to have another, I guess, recruitment plan. See if I can get some more people out. Many people were a little bit afraid of it, a little bit unsure. Um, but now that they see the success, especially the success that Val's had, that they'll probably be more willing to come.
Yes, yes. You know what? With this thing, we go live, and with this thing, this platform will bring to 1.3 billion of audience, registered audience throughout the whole world. So with us doing this will bring people from Windsor, people from Toronto, people from China, people from they learn more about how's the life here in Canada. So we have 1.3 billion people watching this platform. So hopefully we can reach whoever we can in Windsor or in Buffalo Island who sees this, and also in Peterborough, so that they know that this Taekwondo, our Changduguan Taekwondo, is available in Peterborough, in Markham, in Scarborough, and in Buffalo Island. So that way, the audience, whoever see this, if they're interested, they can get in touch with me, or they can uh, talk to Master Sakis or Master Ross, and go from there. So I will give all my information to them. So that way, we can have this thing going and help artists. We just to pass on whatever techniques that we learn from Grandmaster Beck. Even Grandmaster Beck is also teaching in Peterborough and also in Markham. So we're so happy that he's here with us. So, and this is part of the things that I like to let the audience know that I have some screen that with our 40 years of getting together. Like last year during the COVID, we had something a little gathering on screen.
Yeah,
As you can
yeah.
see, you can
This is
hear.
summer.
Look,
This is summer in the
yeah,
Norman
this is our
housing. We
master.
have the vacation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And
Norman
this is her
housing. This is
daughter when
summer.
she was 2 years
Yeah,
old.
we could have
We
a
met
reunion
her.
at the
Everybody come there. We gotta stay 1 week.
Just 1 week? Just 1 week? How about 1 month?
We gotta do it, swimming, canoe, golf,
yeah.
taekwondo.
And this is all the conversation between a master and the student. We are all student of this grandmaster. So this grandmaster Beck, a very very good master, came all the way from Korea. And then there's another brother of ours who trained together for so great many years. So happy that we are able to keep communicating with each other. And then this is all about life in Canada, right? And it is also the way to communicate, also to pass on whatever our techniques. So some of them are so happy that we are able to meet up. So it looks like we're gonna have when the COVID is over, we're gonna have another gathering so that we all can meet up together. During 2020, 2019, we have a party, right? So that's where the fun is. And now this is 2021 when the COVID, so we go online. So it's a fun thing when you see that, we all enjoy.
We don't drink during the day.
I'll say happy birthday.
Guys are bad influence.
I don't drink.
Yes.
This
And
mom
this
is 2
is
years
also
old.
part of our
Oh my God.
grandmaster's birthday.
I don't
too.
drink.
We
I'm just drinking
celebrate.
today for Master Vac's birthday.
There you go.
Good for you, Marcel. That's all you got.
Oh,
Big
that's
So this
And
is
the one
when
week
you look at it, it's
stay-
like
normal house, and then 2 weeks a week break time. Another the masala house. 1 week stay there. Masala house beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah, come by anytime. No problem.
Our house too. 1 week stay everybody.
Oh wow. Oh, we got to sit around to eat it.
Sounds like fun.
Who's funding all of this?
He's done that.
Johnny's in the shelter, man. He's got
In the
the
bunker.
No, I'm at the restaurant, guys. I'm at the restaurant.
at the restaurant. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Here,
John,
look. Hold on.
John,
I'll show you. Hold on.
Don Milius,
Yes, sir.
can you open the Windsor restaurant?
No, I didn't open because they made me close, so I have to wait. See, I'm here now at the restaurant. See?
okay. Those are just the fun conversation that we have with these years of brotherhood. Like we train together, we sweat together, and now we see each other after so many years. And John, this guy, he's just like a little kid. He was only 14. And this is like, talking about 30, 40 years ago. And there's a lot of people going back. So now with this thing that we're talking, and then I'm going to show you a little script of my recent tournament with my kids. You see how disciplined, how they're doing on the tournaments. So let's look at this view. So a little script about the children.
My name is Alice, and I'm a double black belt.
Yeah, a 5-year-old doing, performing the pattern, focusing. This is part of the training that we give to the young kids, so that they learn how to focus and follow instruction. And now they are doing a little tournament. See, all the kids, because of COVID, so we have them separated, and they do it in certain group, age category, so to avoid a big crowd. So
Wow, that was good.
yeah, so that was a little 5-year-old who is a double black stripe, soon to be a black belt. So now he's training since he was 4 years old. So now he's almost reaching 5.5 now. So for almost 2 years, he progressed fast. So again, as you can see, this student, Avery, he's 5 as well, and he's doing his pattern just to show. Of course, the little kids, they are always nervous, right? 5-year-old, but it's performing in front of their parents, in front of their friends and students that are training together. That's how we started. I trained with Marcelo, I trained with Mr. Ross. We were all in this group category as well. So, and to train to be confident to train, to perform. And here, Grandmaster Bear and Master Sakis and my black belts, of course. And we actually grading them, give them whatever they, they learn. And if any parents who thinking that taekwondo is just for fighting and kicking, or people might get hurt, I think the parents' mentality is a little bit off. Some parents think that, oh, I don't want my kids to learn how to fight or punch or kick people, to become a bully, which is a wrong concept that they were thinking of the other way. But actually, the kids learn how to discipline themselves, when to punch, when to kick, and when to do certain things. So as they see, as the Chinese have a saying, you see this mountain is high, there's always another mountain which is higher. So, and they know, as they learn, they will also know that, hey, I'm good, but someone could be better. So this is what it is for the session. So what is your opinion, Master Sakis?
Oh, I
What do you
was
think?
I was there. I agree 100%, Master Tio. Your students are very well disciplined. I was very impressed by their performance, not only their martial art performance, but also their attitude, their discipline, showing respect to all their seniors, not only their Taekwondo seniors, but the seniors that were in the room, their parents, and the other adults. Uh, this to me is what is very important, what is most important. And it's always an honor and a joy to come and participate at your dojang, because I'm also seeing your students growing. As you mentioned, your double black stripe. I remember seeing that individual 2 years ago before COVID, just starting in your school, and now to see their performance of the high level Tego pattern, Pumse, before black belt is just incredible. So it also reflects on the instructor, the master instructor, because you are providing clear instruction and setting them in the proper path. So absolutely, very, very good. I
Yeah,
always
that
congratulate you for your how your philosophy. We were given our philosophy, and how you are extending the philosophy to your students. Yeah.
thank you, Master Sakis. What about Master Ross?
Well,
Any
I agree completely with Master Sarkis. I think it's an extension of what Master Bake gave to us. A lot of the times and a lot of the instruction that I had when I was training with him and I was a teacher at secondary school, I used
mhm.
that kind of to develop the deportment of my students. I
Mhm.
taught band, and what in that I wanted my students to have discipline and be able to work at something that necessarily maybe not everybody felt was important, but it was something that was important to them, and if they worked at it, they would be able to develop their skill. The same thing, I took those things into high school, and I noticed that many of those students did very, very well. And it didn't matter anything where they took their focus, they actually had the discipline to do it. They understood the concept of practice and being able to achieve that goal. Those kind of
Mhm.
that kind of philosophy, I think Master Bacon instilled that in all of us. And I'm so proud to say that we're able to extend that and be able to offer that to our students at the same. And that's obvious that that's going on at your school, at both of your schools. I've seen pictures. I've not attended your school yet in Peterborough and look very forward to doing so, Master Sarkis. But
Mhm.
I have been and was at the, just before COVID at the last tournament at your school, and I really thought the students were outstanding, and I can see, as Master Sarkis did, the development of those, that because I remember that little fellow there 2 years
Yeah,
ago. So
yeah.
there's,
What I say as well, Master Tio and Master Ross, I tell my students, and I actually borrow this from one master instructor in California who is the Olympic gold medalist, um, who was the first one to beat a Korean in Olympic Taekwondo. He has a school in California, and he tells his students every day, little by little, better and better. And that's what I tell my students. Don't expect to be excellent in your side kick or your round kick or any technique overnight. You have to do every day, little by little, and you will be better and better. And that's even my philosophy, because two years ago, when COVID came, I had a serious health condition. I had surgery, and I was in bed and not able to do anything for, I think, about 6 months. And after that, I started walking, and I only could walk maybe 2 meters. And then I would tell my wife, I have to go back. I cannot go anymore. But every day, little by little, better and better. Now I'm running 3 times a week. I'm teaching twice a week and doing all physical activity. So, as you said, Master Ross, you were saying, the importance of perseverance and practice and training. I think that, as you said, touches every aspect of our lives when you are someone who has exposure to martial arts. I think you carry that with you your whole life, no matter what. We have a mentality of never give up, no matter what, whether it's Taekwondo or your business life or anything. We always say never give up. And don't forget,
Yes.
Master Tio is not just master in Taekwondo, he's master in golf. And I bow to him as well, because he needs to teach me how to get my golf swing better. And
Actually,
that's when
yes.
I'm right now,
When
and I'm very quiet.
yeah, when you talk about that, actually is hand and eye coordination. I was
Mm,
taught by Grandmaster Bag to hold a club in the dojang when I was teaching the class. He came back from golf. He goes, "Oh, Master Teo, you take care of the student," and then he says, "Oh, I'll show you how to do this." And he just showed me, and then I say, wow, it's boring, it's an old man stuff. However, I try it and I look at it, I say, oh my god, actually my hand and eye can coordinate. You see, every martial artist, if you are learn taekwondo or any martial art, I think your hand and eye could coordinate really good. You see, the little ball, the little white ball is sitting on the floor doing nothing, and we have to use our eye and the club to hit it. So, with this focus and concentration on the little ball, and you'll be surprised, how easy it is to strike a ball. And then I pick it up, and I was like, oh, and I just couldn't believe how well I hit. And then I was thinking that it's not an old man stuff anymore, because the more you want to get into it, the harder it gets.
yeah.
And it's funny, so many people are chasing a little ball. So from there, I think it's also part of become an athlete, so that you can actually become a taekwondo practitioner. You can learn how to focus on certain arts or even games. People play basketball. I have students that play ice hockey. They could be in the ice time. Each time they play ice hockey, and the parents came to me, says, oh, you know what, Master Teo, my son used to be able to go on the ice time. The coach says that he's able to hold his ice time on the ring for longer than before. Usually maybe they go out for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but now he can go for 8 minutes or something when
Mm,
chasing the puck, you know. So it's like after training Taekwondo, they know their leg power is stronger, and determination is also stronger, and they become more powerful. And in ice hockey they check each other. So he says he's not afraid of checking or being checked anymore, because he says, hey, this is what it is. He goes for it, and he
mm,
actually do it.
I
So
think though you're talking about golf and the eye-hand coordination, all of those things. I mean, it's the perseverance and the concept of practice, and that I think both kind of can transcend all sorts of things. Very much, not just in sports, but in the arts as well.
mm,
For example, someone who's wanting to learn to play an instrument. Sometimes they don't have the confidence. Sometimes they don't feel that they'll be able to achieve what they want. They actually learn to take small steps, increments, develop,
mhm.
feel confident, and then develop the discipline to do the practice, to do the work. Then they're able to achieve, and then that goal is there, and they can say, okay, I'm going to move to the next step. So sometimes it's not like Taekwondo can support when someone starts, like that young man who was just there doing the Taeguk pattern. Um, when someone's that young, they can transcend that into all different areas of their lives in their and later and perhaps into their professional career. But I think whatever, when they start something like that so young and learn that discipline, learn that deportment, learn about being able to make small changes in their lives and being proud of it, then I think everything throughout their life is going to be well won, and they're going to be able to find other areas that they will excel in, because that excellence comes from the perseverance and taking those steps and the confidence.
Right, I agree fully. I don't expect a 5-year-old to be able to learn 8 patterns plus three more that I have. So, and actually, it's more than 11, because he has to learn Palge 1, 2, 3 plus Kibon 1, 2, 3 plus Tiger 1 to 8. So you're talking about 14 patterns for a 5.5 year old, which is like my and unbelievable. Even adults might have some hard time.
Yeah.
But you can see for this dedication of a 5.5 year old that is about to get his black belt. I think next month he should be ready in July. So I will have to double check on his uh, the rest of the pattern coming in, and he'll be my youngest, because so far my youngest black belt is at 7 year old. So, and I have never have anyone that is in the 5 or 6 years old, and
mm.
he is the first young children that is so dedicated and so into Taekwondo, and he does it every time. And again, 5.5 year old. When you think about it, like they'll be running all over when you tell them to do their forms for 14 forms, which is I think is a pretty hard things to do.
Yeah, I have some, as you said, I have some adults who find the first pattern, Keyboard one, difficult to do. So you can imagine, as you said, a 5-year-old doing 14, and the performance of the last pattern before black belt, it was incredible, excellent.
Well, that's good. I think it's almost time. Any last word for the audience who might be interested in, you know, joining you guys, or give them another uh, thought about Taekwondo? Master Sakis, we start with you.
Taekwondo. So what can I say about Taekwondo? We talked about how the three of us have practiced Taekwondo for over 40 years. Master Ross is actually earlier than us, back in the 70s. But even though sometimes as we get older, we talk to each other that, oh, I can't kick as high as I used to kick, or oh, my speed is not as fast as it used to be. But that doesn't matter, right? We accept our limitations as we get older, but we have to look and see, compare ourselves with others our age. Are they going to the dojang? Are they training? Are they able to touch their toes? Are they still able to go up the stairs with no issue? That's important, right? So
Right.
we're trying to do Taekwondo for life, Taekwondo for fitness as well, for your benefit of your life. And the last thing I want to add is the friendship, the bond lasts a lifetime. The three of us are actually going to the United States next week for a master course. We have an instructor coming from Korea to US, and the three of us are going to put ourselves through grueling 1 week training to get the next level master course. So we're there to support each other too. Maybe one of us will have a bloody nose or broken hand, but we'll support each other.
Yes, and I think it is a good thing. So happen coincident that I'm good buddies of you and Norman. Actually, I saw your house and I saw Norman's
Yes,
house too.
yes,
So, what a thing going in, right? And then go from there, like through lots of friendship that we can all together. So dealing with Taekwondo, IQI, and anything that link, right? So I think it's a good thing that I saw a lot of my uh, students home as well, because there's a trust in
yes.
everybody.
That's what I was
So
going to say. Trust is the most important, and you can trust. At least we know we can trust our Taekwondo friendship, our bond, which is why I entrusted the sale of my home to Ray. So that's very important.
And me as well.
yeah, and also for the children, that you got to entrust your child
Mm.
to the instructor, right? So let's say if you have children that are in Peterborough, Master Sakis is the person to look for. And then if you are near Windsor and the Pili Island, is for Master Ross. So
Pablo.
this is basically something that we have been doing for so many years, right? So any last word for Master Ross?
I just want to say that thank you so much for the opportunity to talk. It's so great to get together with people. I mean, we've been friends for 40 years. I think I met you in 1985. It's 37 years, something like that. But
Yeah,
it's so
close.
nice to get together and just chat and discuss our philosophies and recognize
Mhm.
that even through all these years, we're still trying to achieve. We still have common goals, and we're still looking to do our very best. And Taekwondo gives us sort of the medium to be able to do that. It is something that we share, and I'm happy to share it with you.
Yeah, look at the pictures from back then. I was only 20 years old, going to university. I'm on the right side of this master, right? So actually, you can recognize me over there
Mhm.
on the right corner,
Behind
black
Sang
belt.
behind Sang Kim.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
right next to him. Yeah.
your
So
hair is longer.
yeah, at that time, which is the long hair hippies, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, okay, thank you,
Thank you
Master
very much.
Sakis.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Master
Thank you.
Norm. And
See you guys
thank you,
Saturday.
audience. We'll see you next week. We'll
Bye
talk
bye.
more. Yes, bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you, and have a
Bye.
great day.
Thank you.